Stop chasing shortcuts. Stop waiting for overnight success. The world celebrates speed, flashy results, and instant gratification. But those who win for life are doing the quiet work, every single day when nobody is watching. In the next hour, I will show you why slow, steady, invisible progress outperforms talent, luck, and hustle, and how you can master it starting today. This is the science of compounding effort, the psychology of patience, and the secret weapon of every unstoppable person. If you are ready to stop spinning your wheels and start winning quietly, listen closely, your life is about to change. Chapter 1: Slow Steps, Giant Leaps. The real secret. Stop. Right now, stop chasing speed. Stop chasing shortcuts. Stop looking for instant wins. Every day, millions of people fall into the trap of believing that fast equals better. That if they move quickly enough, they will finally arrive. But here's the truth. Quick fixes are illusions. Fast success is a mirage. The people who win consistently, the people you admire from afar, they didn't sprint. They built momentum. Slowly, steadily, relentlessly. You have a choice. You can keep chasing speed or you can start building real momentum. That's the key. Momentum is invisible. It doesn't make headlines, but it compounds quietly. And over time, it becomes unstoppable. Let me give you an example. Think about authors. Most people think J.K. Rowling's success happened overnight. One book, one movie, one phenomenon. But the truth is she spent years writing, rewriting, and submitting her manuscript to dozens of publishers. Years of rejection. Years of quiet, unseen work. That's momentum. That's persistence. She didn't need anyone's approval. She didn't need anyone to notice. She kept moving step by step, day by day. Slow today, unstoppable tomorrow. Athletes are the same. Take a sprinter or a marathoner. Nobody sees the hours of conditioning, the repeated drills, the early mornings, the sore muscles, the mental battles fought alone. All anyone sees is the finish line, and they assume speed is the secret. But it isn't. It's consistency. It's momentum. It's showing up when no one is watching. You have a choice. Chase the illusion of fast results or invest in momentum that never fails. Entrepreneurs? Don't even get me started. The so-called overnight startups are the result of years of preparation. Airbnb didn't explode in a single year. The founders iterated, failed, pivoted, and refined for years before hitting the tipping point. That's slow progress. That's strategic momentum. They mastered the invisible steps, and the world only noticed once they were unstoppable. Here's the first lesson. Speed without direction is wasted energy. You can move fast. You can hustle. You can grind 18 hours a day. But if it's scattered, if it lacks consistency, it will amount to nothing. You don't need anyone to validate you. You don't need their permission to focus. The world rewards momentum, not frantic motion. Now, I want you to visualize momentum. Picture a snowball rolling down a hill. At first it's small. It's almost imperceptible. It barely moves. But if you keep pushing it, keep rolling it forward, it grows. Small victories pile on top of small victories. Step by step, day by day, effort compounds. That's the power you are ignoring when you chase speed. Slow today, unstoppable tomorrow. Repeat it. Say it to yourself. Absorb it. It's a mantra. Let's break it down into actionable steps. First, choose one area of your life to focus on. One skill. One habit. One project. Momentum doesn't happen in 50 directions at once. It happens when focus meets consistency. You have a choice. Scatter your energy or concentrate it. That's the key. Second, commit to daily action. Not heroic, dramatic action. Not flashy, attention-grabbing action. Small, deliberate steps that add up. 5 minutes of practice. 1 page of writing. 1 phone call. 1 review. Daily without fail. Momentum is built quietly, 1 repetition at a time. You don't need anyone to notice. You don't need their permission. You just need to show up. Third, track your progress. Momentum is invisible. If you don't record it, you will doubt it. Track your wins. Track your habits. Track the hours you put in. Over time, the evidence will be undeniable. You will see the snowball growing. You will feel unstoppable. Here's the uncomfortable truth. Most people fail because they want speed. They quit too soon. They chase the high of immediate results. They see one setback and give up. Momentum requires patience. It requires discipline. It requires the courage to keep moving when no one else sees the progress. And that's exactly what separates the successful from the frustrated. You have a choice. You can quit chasing speed or you can start building momentum. That's the key. Let's make it real. Think about someone you admire. How did they get there? Odds are the public only saw the results. They didn't see the hours of preparation, the failures, the rewrites, the practice. They didn't see the invisible work. And that's exactly what you're going to focus on. Invisible work. Quiet progress. Momentum that compounds until it's unstoppable. It's not about rushing. It's not about getting lucky. It's about discipline. Discipline to show up. Discipline to repeat. Discipline to focus on the next small step. That's the difference between someone who dreams and someone who achieves. You don't need anyone to tell you it's okay to move slowly. You don't need permission to build quietly. You just need to commit. Repeat after me. Slow today, unstoppable tomorrow. Slow today, unstoppable tomorrow. Slow today, unstoppable tomorrow. Let it sink in. Feel it. This is your new strategy. Every action, no matter how small, compounds. Every repetition adds momentum. Every day you show up, you get stronger, wiser, and closer to unstoppable results. Before we close this chapter, here's your challenge. Identify one area in your life where you've been chasing speed. Stop. Right now. Make a plan to take small, consistent steps. Track them. Repeat them. Commit to daily action. Momentum is built quietly. Momentum is built persistently. Momentum is unstoppable. You have a choice and the choice is yours. You've started. You've seen the principle. Now it's time to take the next step. You mastered the danger of chasing speed. Now let's talk about the real wins that nobody notices, but everyone eventually benefits from. Chapter 2. The Power of Invisible Wins. Let's be honest. Most people chase the big, flashy wins. They want instant recognition. They want immediate results. A viral post. A promotion overnight. A sudden weight loss. But here's the truth. Most wins that truly matter are invisible. They happen quietly. They pile up unnoticed. And that's exactly why they are unstoppable. You have a choice. You can chase the applause or you can build invisible wins. That's the key. Invisible wins are small victories that most people ignore, but they compound over time into life-changing results. And the best part? Nobody can take them away from you. Nobody can steal your daily effort. Nobody can stop the momentum you create when you focus on the invisible. Take money, for example. Saving $10 a day may seem trivial. It barely scratches the surface. Nobody is impressed. Nobody claps. Nobody even notices. But $10 a day invested consistently grows exponentially. $10 becomes 100. 100 becomes 1,000. 1,000 becomes tens of thousands over years. That's compounding. That's invisible power. That's the principle that the wealthy and disciplined understand, and most people ignore. You have a choice. Waste money chasing instant gratification or build invisible wins that multiply quietly over time. Fitness works the same way. Doing one push-up, one set, or one extra lap may feel meaningless today. You may even feel frustrated, wondering why results aren't visible yet. But every repetition matters. Every session builds strength. Every habit reinforces momentum. And over months, even years, the results are undeniable. People stare at your transformation and call it natural talent or dedication, but you know it's the invisible wins that made it possible. Repeat it. Invisible wins are unstoppable wins. Say it. Believe it. Live it. Skills? Don't even get me started. The best programmers, the best writers, the best musicians. None of them got there overnight. Every day they put in small, deliberate practice. One line of code. One paragraph. One scale. Nobody applauds it. Nobody sees it. But the effort compounds. Invisible wins become visible mastery. You have a choice. Be frustrated that progress feels invisible or embrace it knowing the payoff is inevitable. That's the key. Invisible wins are unstoppable wins. Now, here's the harsh truth. Most people quit because they don't see immediate results. They want the reward before the work. They want the recognition before the effort. They think slow and small is meaningless. But slow and small is everything. It's the foundation. It's the secret. It's why some people look ordinary for years, and then suddenly they are extraordinary. Every small win you ignore is a seed. Every unnoticed effort is a brick in your foundation. Let's break this down into action. Step 1. Identify your invisible wins. What small actions are you taking every day that nobody sees, but that move you forward? Writing one paragraph, making one sales call, saving a small amount, showing up for the gym, practicing a skill for 10 minutes. That's where invisible wins live. You have a choice. Recognize them or let them go unnoticed. That's the key. Step 2. Track your invisible wins. If you don't record them, they remain invisible. And humans need proof to stay motivated. Track your workouts, your savings, your study hours, your repetitions. Keep a simple log. Over time, you'll see patterns, progress, and results that are undeniable. You don't need anyone else to validate your wins. You don't need permission. Just measure, track, and repeat. Invisible wins are unstoppable wins. Step 3. Celebrate privately, not publicly. Stop looking for applause. The world doesn't care about your tiny victories, and that's perfect. The reward is in the compounding. The reward is in the growth that only you can measure. You have a choice. Chase external validation or embrace the quiet power of invisible wins. That's the key. Every day you do the work, even when nobody sees, you are stacking victories that nobody can steal. Let's take a real-life example. Warren Buffett. Did he become one of the richest people in the world overnight? Absolutely not. He invested consistently. He read constantly. He made decisions quietly, repeatedly, and without fanfare. Nobody cheered him for each choice. Nobody noticed the invisible wins he stacked for decades. But over time, the wins compounded, and the results are now impossible to ignore. Invisible wins are unstoppable wins. Another example, Serena Williams. Every practice, every drill, every hour in the gym, every repetition, every correction, every early morning. Invisible, unnoticed, unappreciated. And yet, that invisible work is exactly what made her a legend. You have a choice. Chase the spotlight or build the invisible foundation that makes the spotlight inevitable. That's the key. Now let's bring this home. The most successful people don't rely on luck. They don't rely on motivation or inspiration. They rely on compounding, small wins done consistently. You can do the same. The question is, are you willing to focus on what nobody sees? Are you willing to embrace the invisible, to trust that small wins lead to massive results? You have a choice. That's the key. Here's a practical framework to implement today. List 3 invisible wins you can achieve every day this week. Something small, something repeatable, something unnoticed. Track them daily. Write them down. Check them off. Log the progress. Evidence matters. Ignore the noise. Stop comparing yourself to others. Stop chasing recognition. Stop waiting for applause. Your invisible wins are yours alone, and that's exactly why they are unstoppable. Remember, invisible wins are not boring. They are not meaningless. They are unstoppable. Every day you show up, every small action you take, every habit you repeat quietly, you are stacking victories that the world will eventually notice. You have a choice. Continue chasing speed and applause, or embrace quiet, relentless progress. That's the key. Invisible wins are unstoppable wins. Before we close this chapter, here's your challenge. Identify one area of your life where small, invisible actions can compound. Commit to doing them daily without fanfare. Track them. Repeat them. Ignore the noise. Trust the process. Momentum builds quietly, invisibly, and then, one day, it becomes unstoppable. You mastered the concept of invisible wins. You understand the power of unseen progress. Now it's time to learn the next secret, how to stop proving to others and start actually doing. Chapter 3, Stop Proving, Start Doing. Stop proving. Right now. Stop trying to show the world how hard you're working. Stop looking for validation. Stop chasing likes, comments, and applause. Seeking approval slows progress. It drains energy. It distracts from the work that actually matters. You have a choice. You can live to impress others, or you can live to improve yourself. That's the key. Progress accelerates when nobody is watching. Quiet effort compounds. Silent action builds mastery. The loudest people in the room are rarely the most successful. Let's make this real. Look at social media. Millions of people perform every day, posing, posting, chasing approval. They want applause. They want attention. They want recognition. But what are they really doing? They're busy proving. Meanwhile, behind the scenes, experts are quietly building skills. Writers are writing, programmers are coding, musicians are practicing. Nobody notices their effort. Nobody applauds. But in time, they become unstoppable. That's the difference. Proving is loud, empty, and temporary. Doing is silent, deliberate, and permanent. You have a choice. Keep performing for applause or commit to the quiet work that builds unstoppable results. That's the key. Take the example of Elon Musk. How many people see the long nights, the failed rockets, the countless iterations that nobody applauded? They only see the launch successes. Yet every invisible, painstaking effort, every moment spent learning, failing, and improving is what built the empire. Musk didn't work to prove. He worked to create. You can do the same. Do the work. Forget the applause. Repeat it. Internalize it. Live it. Now let's talk about habits. Habits are proof of doing, not proving. Reading every day. Writing every day. Exercising every day. Saving every day. These actions are quiet. Nobody notices. But over weeks, months, and years, they create results that are impossible to ignore. You don't need anyone's permission to start a habit. You don't need anyone to cheer for you. You just need discipline. That's the key. Do the work. Forget the applause. Here's a hard truth. People who chase recognition rarely last. They burn out. They rely on external validation for motivation. When the applause stops, so does the effort. But those who focus on doing quietly and consistently develop intrinsic motivation. Their progress becomes unstoppable. You have a choice. Perform for applause or work for results. That's the key. Think about athletes. The sprinter in the gym at 5 a.m., nobody watching. The writer editing in a coffee shop, alone. The coder debugging at night, unseen. They aren't proving. They are doing. They aren't distracted by who notices. They are focused on progress. That's what separates the experts from the performers. You have a choice. Every moment spent proving is a moment stolen from doing. That's the key. Let's break this down into actionable steps. Step 1. Identify where you are proving instead of doing. Are you posting updates to show effort? Are you announcing goals to get recognition? Are you working for applause rather than progress? Stop it. You have a choice. That's the key. Step 2. Shift focus from performance to action. Replace public validation with private accountability. Track your habits. Track your progress. Log your work. You don't need anyone else to see. You don't need their permission. The reward is in the results, not the recognition. Do the work. Forget the applause. Step 3. Commit to invisible effort. Choose one task, one skill, one project, and dedicate yourself to consistent action without posting updates, without seeking approval, without validation. Silent, steady work compounds. Momentum builds. Results grow. People will notice eventually, but that's not why you do it. You do it because it matters. You do it because it transforms you. You do it because progress is the only reward that counts. Do the work. Forget the applause. Here's another example. Musicians. One group posts clips for likes and followers. Another group practices, records, writes, and rehearses in private. Years later, the second group signs record deals, tours the world, and achieves mastery. Nobody applauded them along the way. Nobody saw the effort. But the results? Unstoppable. Quiet action beats loud performance. Always. You have a choice. That's the key. The psychological truth is simple. Proving feels good. Doing produces results. One gives temporary satisfaction. The other builds permanent progress. Most people confuse the two. Most people chase applause thinking it's proof of success. But applause is fleeting. Progress lasts. You have a choice. Chase the applause or chase mastery. That's the key. Do the work. Forget the applause. Repeat it. Say it aloud. Internalize it. Here's the practical exercise for today. Identify one area where you've been performing to prove yourself. Stop. Immediately. Replace it with silent, consistent action. Commit to doing the work without anyone noticing. Track it privately. Repeat it daily. Focus on progress, not recognition. Remember, it's not about being seen. It's not about being validated. It's about building skills, results, and momentum quietly. Every minute spent proving is a minute stolen from doing. Every day you focus on action, momentum compounds. Every repetition builds mastery. Do the work. Forget the applause. You have a choice. That's the key. Before we close this chapter, think of it this way. Proving is temporary. Doing is permanent. Performing is loud, shallow, and fleeting. Working quietly is deep, deliberate, and unstoppable. You've learned the truth. You know the difference. Now it's your responsibility to act. Start today. Commit to silent progress. Focus on the invisible work that nobody will notice, but everyone will eventually respect. You stopped chasing applause. You started doing. You understand the principle of quiet action. Next, we will explore the power of habits and how consistent routines crush fleeting motivation. Chapter 4. Habits trump motivation every time. Let's be real. Motivation is a lie. Feels good. It excites you. It inspires you. But it's fleeting. One day you have it. The next it's gone. Motivation is unreliable. Motivation will fail you. It cannot be counted on. But habits? Habits are different. Habits enforce consistent action. Habits create results even when you don't feel like it. Habits win. Motivation fades. You have a choice. You can rely on motivation waiting for the right feeling to strike. Or you can build habits, routines, and systems that carry you forward no matter what. That's the key. Systems don't care if you feel inspired. Habits don't wait for applause. Habits are relentless. Habits are unstoppable. Think about it. Every top performer you admire didn't rely on motivation to get up at 5 a.m., to train, to study, to practice. They relied on habits. Morning routines, consistent schedules, repetition. They built momentum through habits, not fleeting emotion. Every day they show up even when motivation fades. Every day they do the work. You have a choice. Chase motivation or build habits that carry you even when motivation is gone. That's the key. Habits win. Motivation fades. Repeat it. Say it aloud. Believe it. Let's talk about keystone habits. Keystone habits are the small, foundational actions that trigger massive ripple effects in your life. Simple examples: exercising, journaling, reading, or maintaining a daily budget. One habit triggers multiple positive changes. Exercise improves energy, focus, and confidence. Journaling improves clarity and decision-making. Reading improves knowledge and vocabulary. These habits compound, silently shaping your life. You don't need motivation to do them consistently. You just need discipline. Habits win. Motivation fades. Here's the hard truth. People overestimate what they can do in a day and underestimate what they can achieve over time. Motivation tricks you into starting. Habits ensure you finish. They enforce consistency. They automate your progress. One day of high motivation is useless if it isn't backed by habits. One repeated action every day is unstoppable. You have a choice. Rely on excitement or rely on habits. That's the key. Think about someone like Warren Buffett or Bill Gates. They didn't rely on motivation to read hundreds of pages a week or learn skills over decades. They made reading a habit. Daily, consistent, unstoppable. Motivation wasn't required. Habit carried them. Over time, they became experts in ways most people never achieve because they relied on fleeting inspiration instead of daily discipline. Habits win. Motivation fades. Fitness is the same story. Going to the gym because you feel like it is unreliable. Some days you will. Most days you won't. But if you make it a habit, same time, same place, same routine, results are inevitable. You don't need to feel like it. You don't need to be inspired. You just do it. That's the power of habits. That's why habits win and motivation fades. Repeat it, habits win. Motivation fades. Now let's break this into actionable steps. Step 1. Identify your keystone habits. What small actions, repeated daily, create compounding benefits across multiple areas of your life? Exercise, reading, writing, meditation, budgeting, skill practice. These are your foundation. You have a choice. Pick habits that build momentum or continue waiting for motivation to appear. That's the key. Step 2. Start small, repeat daily. Habits aren't about intensity. They are about consistency. 1 push-up every day. 1 page every day. 1 minute of focus every day. Start small, repeat daily. The momentum will grow. Motivation will come and go, but habits will remain. Habits win. Motivation fades. Step 3. Stack habits for exponential growth. Habits don't exist in isolation. One habit triggers others. Exercise improves energy, which improves productivity, which improves focus, which improves learning. Reading improves ideas, which improves problem solving, which improves creativity. Stack habits deliberately, and you will see results multiply quietly, relentlessly, invisibly. That's how ordinary people create extraordinary lives. Habits win. Motivation fades. Here's the uncomfortable truth. Most people fail because they rely on motivation. They wait to feel like it. They start strong and fade fast. They quit when the initial excitement disappears. Habits don't quit. Habits don't care. Habits carry you when motivation is gone. You have a choice. Wait for motivation or build unstoppable habits. That's the key. Let's make it personal. Pick one area of your life you want to improve. Writing, fitness, learning, savings, productivity. Break it into a small, repeatable habit. Commit to it daily, no excuses. Track it. Stack it. Let it grow. Ignore motivation. Ignore feelings. Let habit carry you. Repeat it, habits win. Motivation fades. That's your new rule. Real-world example. James Clear, author of Atomic Habits, talks about tiny improvements every day, 1% better every day. It sounds small, but over months and years, it compounds into massive transformation. Motivation alone wouldn't sustain that. Habits did. You have a choice. Mimic fleeting motivation or adopt systems that compound silently. That's the key. Another example, Olympic athletes. They practice the same movement thousands of times. Repetition day after day until mastery is automatic. Motivation isn't reliable. Desire isn't reliable. Habits are reliable. That's why champions are built through routine, not random bursts of inspiration. Habits win. Motivation fades. Say it again. Internalize it. Live it. Before we close this chapter, here's your challenge. Identify one keystone habit that will trigger positive change across your life. Commit to doing it every single day, no exceptions. Track it, repeat it, and let it stack with other habits over time. Remember, it's not about excitement. It's not about feeling inspired. It's about building momentum silently, consistently, and relentlessly. Habits win. Motivation fades. Every day you show up, every repetition you commit to, every habit you execute quietly compounds into unstoppable results. You have a choice. That's the key. You understand now that motivation is temporary. Habits are permanent. You know that discipline beats fleeting feelings. You know that daily action compounds into unstoppable momentum. You are ready to master the next principle, embracing the boring, mundane routines that actually create breakthroughs. Chapter 5. Embrace boring, reject instant gratification. Stop chasing excitement. Stop waiting for inspiration. Stop looking for breakthroughs that come overnight. The world glorifies flash, drama, and instant gratification. But the truth is, real transformation is boring. Real growth happens in routines that seem dull, repetitive, and unremarkable. Yet those routines are unshakable. They build momentum quietly, invisibly, and relentlessly. Boring is the new breakthrough. You have a choice. You can chase thrill and novelty, or you can embrace the mundane, the repetitive, and the consistent. That's the key. Ordinary people fail because they run from the boring. Extraordinary people succeed because they master it. They understand that every small, repeated action builds invisible power. Every day they show up, every repetition matters, every routine compounds. Boring is where breakthroughs live. Repeat it, boring is the new breakthrough. Look at Warren Buffett. Everybody admires his wealth. They envy his success. But nobody talks about the mundane habits that built it. Buffett reads every day. He studies numbers, businesses, and markets quietly, consistently, and without drama. For decades, he repeated the same actions over and over. Boring? Absolutely. Effective? Unstoppable. That's the lesson. The routines nobody notices are the routines that matter most. You have a choice. Chase excitement or commit to repetition. That's the key. Olympic athletes provide the same lesson. Nobody watches them train alone in the gym for hours. Nobody sees the thousands of repeated drills, the early mornings, the strict diet, the quiet mental focus. To the outside world, it's boring. To the athlete, it's indispensable. Every repetition builds mastery. Every day reinforces momentum. Every mundane routine compounds into world-class results. Boring is the new breakthrough. Say it aloud. Feel it. Live it. Authors too. The best-selling writers didn't wait for inspiration to strike. They wrote every day even when they felt tired, uninspired, or distracted. They edited and rewrote the same passages dozens of times. Nobody cheered. Nobody applauded. Yet these routines created masterpieces. The secret wasn't creativity. It was consistency. It was repetition. It was embracing boring work. That's how ordinary action turns into extraordinary results. You have a choice. Chase novelty or embrace discipline. That's the key. Now let's break this down. Step 1. Identify your boring routines. What are the small, repetitive tasks that drive your growth? Exercise, reading, journaling, studying, saving, skill practice, and planning. These actions may seem dull. They may feel unexciting. But their impact compounds. That's where the power lies. Boring routines are unstoppable. You don't need anyone to notice. You don't need applause. You just need to show up. Boring is the new breakthrough. Step 2. Commit daily without exception. Don't wait for motivation. Don't wait for inspiration. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Just do it. Repetition is more important than intensity. 1 page a day. 1 push-up a day. 1 focused hour a day. Over time, these small actions create massive transformation. You have a choice. Wait for excitement or commit to action. That's the key. Boring is the new breakthrough. Step 3. Resist instant gratification. Society trains you to want things fast. Social media, advertising, flashy lifestyles, they all encourage shortcuts. But shortcuts produce temporary results. Instant gratification is a trap. Real growth takes time. It takes repetition. It takes patience. Every time you reject the quick thrill and stick to your routine, you reinforce discipline. Every time you delay gratification, you build momentum. Every time you embrace boring work, you inch closer to mastery. You have a choice. Chase instant pleasure or build unstoppable results. That's the key. Let's make this practical. Pick one area of your life where you've been seeking excitement instead of consistency. Maybe it's fitness. Maybe it's learning. Maybe it's saving money. Now, replace random bursts of effort with a boring, repeatable routine. Commit to it daily. Track it. Repeat it. Over time, the results will speak louder than any instant thrill ever could. Boring is the new breakthrough. Here's another real-world example. Successful entrepreneurs. They spend hours every day managing systems, studying data, responding to emails, and improving operations. Nobody sees it. Nobody celebrates it. Yet these mundane, repetitive tasks are what keep their businesses alive and growing. The flashy launches, the press, the viral marketing, they are the reward of the boring work done consistently behind the scenes. You have a choice. Chase visibility or embrace the grind. That's the key. And don't misunderstand. Boring does not mean unimportant. It does not mean insignificant. The small, repeated actions are the backbone of massive results. The big, visible wins are built on a foundation of tiny, mundane victories. Every time you do the work nobody notices, you are compounding invisible progress. Every repetition, every habit, every consistent routine creates unstoppable momentum. Boring is the new breakthrough. Repeat it. Believe it. Internalize it. Here's the uncomfortable truth. Most people fail because they avoid boredom. They seek shortcuts, excitement, novelty, and applause. They quit when the work feels repetitive. They give up before the results appear. But winners, champions, and masters embrace the mundane. They understand that mastery, wealth, health, and knowledge are created quietly, one repeated action at a time. Boring is the new breakthrough. You have a choice. That's the key. Now here's your challenge. Identify one area where you've been chasing instant gratification instead of building consistent routines. Replace it with a simple, repeatable, boring action that you can do every day without fail. Track it. Repeat it. Ignore the applause. Trust the process. Momentum builds quietly, invisibly, and relentlessly. Remember this principle. Excitement fades. Inspiration fades. Motivation fades. But boring routines endure. Discipline endures. Momentum endures. Every day you show up, you are compounding results that nobody sees. Every repetition moves you closer to mastery, wealth, and freedom. Boring is the new breakthrough. Say it aloud. Let it sink in. Live it. Before we close this final chapter, reflect on everything you've learned in this audiobook. You learned to stop chasing speed and build momentum. You learned the power of invisible wins that compound silently. You learned to stop proving to others and start doing the work. You learned that habits enforce results while motivation fades. And now you understand that embracing boring, unshakable routines is the final secret to unstoppable growth. Your challenge is simple but profound. Commit to the boring, commit to the daily, commit to the invisible. Reject instant gratification. Trust the process. Momentum will build. Mastery will come. Transformation will be unstoppable. You have a choice. That's the key. Boring is the new breakthrough. You are no longer chasing illusions. You are building a foundation. You are stacking invisible wins. You are committing to habits. You are embracing the boring work that produces results. Now take action. Start today. Build momentum. Let your quiet, boring routines become unstoppable power. The world will notice. But it doesn't matter if they do. You will already have won.